we are now on the final presentation for today, and I'm pretty much excited on the next speaker. As to why? Because she is an interior designer graduate into 2017. She enjoys tending plants and loves playing with her pets. A DIY enthusiast, and this finds me interest because when I look into her profile, I saw that she can actually sew clothes. So I'm really excited to have this question and answer with her later. Currently the product development associate of the Plastic Flamingo or PLAF. Let's all welcome the dazzling and beautiful Miss DANI ZUÑIGA.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for the invite, Pika P. And it's nice that everyone has been really inspiring, I especially love what Miss Joy said earlier, the beauty of doing good. So yes, I'm pretty inspired this afternoon. Okay, again, thank you for the invite in behalf of the class. I'm really excited to share things about the plastic pollution, the current status of the plastic pollution, and some things about sustainability. Again, my name is Dani. I am the Product Development Associate of the class. So basically, I design and develop new products for our clients and using the sustainable building materials. So some things about sustainability is what is it? So simply put, sustainability is meeting the human needs without compromising nature and our future generation. So basically, it's a social and environmental responsibility. It's having malasakit to our planet, to our natural resources, and of course, our family, our future sons or apos. This is extending and continuing the resources, the life of our, and the supply of our natural resources over a long period of time. According to this author, sustainable building is not just about keeping up with the trend or making green spaces, designing green spaces for humans, but it's also about including other motivations like protecting the environment. This should be the major cause of development. Protecting the environment, the climate, and especially, again, our natural resources. So, who uses plastics? I would like to ask everyone to look around you right now. I'm sure there is one single, not even just a single piece, that an item that's plastic. Beside me, there's my earbuds are plastic. My phone case is plastic. Your pens are plastic. Let's admit it. Plastic is really necessary. Um, so why do we use it? Simply, it's durable. It it has a lot of varieties and applications, which I will share in the next slide. Um, it's cheap. It's easily mass produced. It's lightweight. It's accessible and readily available. The seven common types of plastic is if you look around you, if you have like a cosmetic bottle, right beside me, I have an alcohol bottle. Underneath it is the recycling number one. This one's PET. So PET is usually your water bottles, your liquid food containers, your soda bottles, your condiment bottles, and there's HDPE, which is the more durable type of plastic. This is your shampoo bottle, this is your bleach bottle, the milk jugs, and then there's also number three, PVC. PVC is more applied in everyday objects like your hangers, your PVC pipes, your tabo, your timba. And then number four is LDPE. This is the thinner kind of plastic. We're all familiar with this. The plastic lago, your garbage bags, your online shopping bags. And then we have PP, which is more food grade. These are your microwavable containers, your ice cream tubs, your egg trays, and the yogurt containers. We also have polystyrene. This is used in solid form or expanded, which is your foam, your cushions, or the styrofoam. And then the other type of plastic is your water cooler bottles, or you're more familiar with the multi-layered plastics, which are the sachets. If you know, if you tear a chip bag, it usually has the branding layer in the inner foil. So these plastics are the most, or if not the most, it's one of the most challenging plastics to recycle. So where is this demand coming from? Of course, we need packaging for our groceries, our food, our toiletries, our cleaning agents. And in big industrial companies, we have construction and building supplies, which are your windows, sealants, your PVC pipe, and even your automobiles, your foam, the cushions of your car is plastic, your dashboard is molded plastic. And then we have medicine. This is the more sanitary and disposable, since this is we're dealing with sorry, we're dealing with sanitary products here. And now in the pandemic, there has been an increase of the face mask, the face shield, and the PPE. So sadly, according to World Bank, um, the impact of COVID-19 and plastic waste management has increased. So there's about 129 billion of disposable masks are used every month worldwide. So more statistics is it's about 3 million masks per minute and 50,000 per second are disposed. Another impact of the pandemic is an increase of home deliveries. We're all guilty here. We have food delivered, or groceries are delivered as well. And then another fact is the Philippines is the third largest contributor to marine plastic waste. The number one is China. So imagine the size of China compared to the Philippines. That's a really big deal. We're fairly small, and yet we still rank third into the most polluters of plastics in the ocean. So how does this happen? We're all familiar with the Pasig River. The Pasig River harbors a lot of informal communities. And in informal communities, let's face it, they don't have a steady source of income. That's why they're more inclined to buy their basic commodities or necessities in smaller packages. And they don't have proper waste management. Kaya their basura just ends up in the rivers and is carried on to the ocean. Unfortunately, the Philippines is known as the sachet economy. So according to World Bank, the Filipinos use 163 million sachets per day. And so that's 2.7 metric tons of single-use plastic is consumed per year. And 20% of this end up in the ocean. So how does this affect us? I'm not sure if you guys came across this post already from last year. A vendor in a palengke, upon slicing open the chan of a fish, there were garbage inside it. So the responsibility of us are is affecting the marine ecosystem gravely, and already we can see the effect. And as cheesy as it sounds, this is where the flash comes in. One of our primary goals to battle marine pollution is to collect garbage on land before it gets to the ocean. We devised a circular. This is inspired from the circular economy concept. So we have this flax loop where we set up collection points through our partners, like universities, residences, restaurants, anyone literally. And we collect them and bring them to our warehouse where they're sorted and extruded, more on that later, and then designed into usable objects like even a shelter of furniture and smaller furniture. So right now, I think we have 175 collection partners, and we have collected more than 100 tons of plastic over the past 2 years. And our goal for next year is to collect 2,000 tons. With your help, so we shred. So after we collect the plastic, we shred and sort them. And then we select the types of plastics that belong to our formulation, and to those who not go to our recycling partners. We turn them into flakes, and then those flakes are put into steel molds, which are melted into an ideal temperature, and they are shaped to make posts and planks. So these planks are treated like wood. This is very durable. It's 100% made of plastic. You can you can drill it, you can saw it, you can spackle. It's waterproof and non-absorbing. It's rust-proof. It doesn't need any pesticides and UV resistant. So from here, we've already made a series of outdoor furniture, boardwalks, small objects, and a shelter. So this shelter is, we're very proud of this prototype because our goal is to deploy these in disaster-stricken areas, like especially with the Odette. Um, we wanted to deploy this shelter for transitional families who don't have a house or nasunugan. So yeah, the shelter is made from 3,840 kilos of plastic waste. And these are boards. These are made from LDPE. LDPE actually. They are from online shopping bags. I'm sure some of you can tell what brand this is. So our boards come in 1.2 by 1.2 meter sizes, and we have battens coming up. They are the equivalent of the dos por dos. And I'm so excited to come up with really awesome products from these. But what else can we do together? Um, First, if we can't refuse plastic, if you're going to the grocery or just shopping, you can bring your own bag. That's the easiest thing. Not just that, you can bring your own water bottle, you can bring your own container when you're doing your groceries, and then you can also consume less. Not only with material things, but even your electricity. If you're going out in your room for a few minutes, maybe you can unplug your fan or your charger, and then we can also segregate waste. This is not only helping your household, but you're also helping the garbage men and especially the waste pickers because they also sell their collected garbage or plastics to recycling centers. And you can also collect plastic waste with us, not only with the class, but also through our friends. If you don't have a drop-off point near you, maybe you can organize in your community and then just bring them to our warehouse. And then the simplest and very easiest um, solution or step is to educate and inform your friends, your neighbors, even your lolas and your lolas. It's not too late for everyone. It's not too late to be a part of the solution. So, if you're familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's a comic counterpart to that, which is called the hierarchy of needs. So, before you buy something, maybe you can ask yourself first, maybe I can use an alternative for this. Or if you don't, then you can borrow from someone, maybe from your sister, your parents, your friends. And if you really can't find it, you can swap. In my village, there's a barter community. So I have, for example, I have this I just recently did the swap. I have this extra universal remote control that I have no use for, so I bartered it with cat food there. And then if you can't barter what you're looking for, maybe you can thrift it. Flea markets are not really a thing in the Philippines, but maybe you can support a local business or things or garage sale. And if you can't thrift it still, maybe you can make it for all the creatives out there. And if you can, if it's impossible to make, then buy it. So basically, these are just steps that you can ask yourself before you buy something. The key question here is, do I really need it? Or do I have an alternative for it? It helps me a lot. So yeah, I would like to invite everyone to join us in your mission in collecting, compensating, educating, and transforming plastic waste with a class. You can drop off your plastics at our warehouse in Muntinlupa, selected Decathlon branches, UP Town Center, and the rest you can find on our Facebook and Instagram pages. But before that, please make sure that your plastics are cleaned, washed, and dried because our assets at the warehouse are manually sorting them. So let's be kind to them. And then we accept all types of plastic except sanitary products and face masks. We still accept face shields, but please make sure to wash them and sun dry them for at least about 2 days. And before I go, I would like to share this quote that individual efforts can bring excellence, but only collective efforts can deliver effectively.
Thank you so much, Miss Dani, for that wonderful presentation, and a lot of facts was discussed. I think our co-PCOs are pretty much informed on those plastic products that we usually use, and I hope that everybody would recall or memorize your buyer's hierarchy. How do you said it, Miss Dani?
It's hierarchy. It's like hierarchy.
All right. Yeah, that's really helpful for us, just to understand what we really need to buy in terms of plastics. So with this, Miss Dani, if you don't mind, I would like to ask questions that came from our team. So one question is, this finds me interesting, is that you are really an interior designer by profession, and then you shifted to become an environmentalist. So what really gives you that drive?
I think I have been concerned with the environmental problem ever since, and I just don't know what to do with it. But also, I'm following naman, like what I shared earlier, that let's bring our own bags. But I wanted to do more. So, so yeah, I've been following the class for so long, and then they had an opening, and they were looking for someone to develop products for them, and hey, I can do that. So,
And then this
so
also
yeah,
goes
that was my
into
challenge.
correct. And then this goes also as you are a DIY enthusiast. I think that came from being an interior designer. That when you look around, you can see things, and then you want to recreate. So with that, how can actually one can reduce waste footprint at home, at work? What advice can you actually tell them?
I think I will still go back to the hierarchy of needs. Because personally, I don't know, not everyone is a creative, but we can try. Our heart is there. So if you can make it. Or like if you have an alternative, why are you going to buy? Or before you buy something, you ask yourself, baka meron pa akong spare, or if I need something new, maybe I can cut the sleeves of my shirt and make it a tank top.
Mhm. Do
So
you have
yeah,
that like small projects at your home that you usually do? For example, you see a bottle of water, some things that you usually use, and then how do you convert it as a DIY enthusiast?
I do. I'm guilty about that. For example, we have big bottles of drink.
Uh-huh.
So I use it as a vase, or even the clear microwavable cups. We just put a hole sa ilalim using a heated screwdriver, and then you have a pot already.
Correct. And then
So
I think a lot of now is also doing this hydroponic planting in their
yes,
homes,
yes,
right? That they can actually use these plastics as containers for those plants. Okay.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Last question, Lainey. As a woman, you basically use cosmetic products as well, right? And other plastic materials. So how do you get away from these products to live by your advocacies?
Oh, that's a non-negotiable. Cosmetics is a non-negotiable. Kailangan natin lahat yan.
Correct, correct.
But
But
now I think what I'm doing is we're supporting local businesses and businesses that are cruelty free, because not it's not just about the plastic pollution. It's also about caring for your environment, which are also animals. And then you should also be careful sa nanggaling yung packaging nila. Some big brands are also leaning into using sustainable packaging now. So I think that's also a consideration for me. And natural ingredients, of course.
well, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Dani, for your time. I know that you are also a very busy person, especially now. We can see that there's a lot of plastic, so I think PLAF is also busy trying to help the environment and reducing plastics. So, with that, is there any thing else that you want to say before we let you go?
I would like to thank you guys for inviting us, kasi every platform that we can touch, we really take advantage of it, because even a webinar can educate one or two people. Maybe we can change someone na, oh my gosh, ito na pala yung kalagayan ng plastic pollution. Maybe I can do something about it. Maybe I can collect my plastics and drop them off and do something about my
Okay, small.
overwhelming plastic
Exactly.
collection.
Small things will
Small step
definitely
count.
help.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. Again, thank you so much, Miss Dani.
Everyone, our speakers, lalong-lalo na po ating mga speakers, na sadya pong ang nagbigay ng time para po maging part ng ating Women's Month celebration ngayong araw na ito. And of course, you co-PCOs, no, I'm sure you're working kasi it's working hours, but you're also listening to us live here in Facebook. Thank you sa mga pa-comment nyo dyan, pa-share at pa-react ninyo. Pero sige po, daanan natin. No? Simula kaninang alauna, nagkaroon na tayo ng mga discussion. Simulan natin with Dr. Bani. Ito na nga, how to deal with stress at work. So dito, I'm sure relate na relate tayong lahat. No, lalo na yung tinanong, paano ba ang gagawin namin, doktora, kapag nasistress na sa boss? Ayan, sino bang hindi makaka-relate doon? I'm sure meron tayong part din no, ng ating working life na nakarelate tayo doon. Sabi nga niya, we should just stay calm and take care of ourselves. Ganun naman mas makakapagbigay tayo kapag inaalagaan din natin ang ating mga sarili. And of course, acknowledge. Acknowledge na may mga bagay talagang nakaka-stress and manage yung mga stress na yan. Kasi normally, kung tayo ay nakaka-attend na rin ng ibang mga webinars related to stress, stress is normal and sometimes it's helpful. Pero kapag sumusobra na siya, ay hindi na siya maganda. So, kailangan din natin i-manage. After Dr. Bani, nakasama din natin ulit si Engineer Mark Torres from Dole to give us updates, tsaka reminders na rin, sharing ulit ng mga IATF resolutions na I'm sure ini-implement natin sa ating mga workplaces. Ni-remind din niya tayo dun sa mga leaves for women, yung mga Magna Carta leave, the maternity leaves, and kung paano tayo makaka-avail nitong mga to. Ang natatandaan ko talaga doon sa discussion ni Engineer Mark ay yung pinakita niya ano ang level ng women sa workforce. 'Di ba? Ang nakakatuwa doon, nag-increase tayo no from 23.9% in 2016 to 35.4% in 2020 for the women na merong middle and management positions. So talaga nakikita natin na women can excel in all types of job, ano. And then, fifth nga ang Philippines, no, among the countries with highest share of managers who are female. Ayan, nakakatuwa po, no, na sa Pilipinas ay, sa Asian countries ay Philippines ang nangunguna doon. And the pinaka-last message nga niya is for us, women, to be more courageous, ano. Dapat hindi natin nalilimit ang ating mga sarili to certain jobs kasi proven naman na we can do more, no. And then, during that merienda time, ayan, 3:00 in punto, nakasama natin si Chef Hazel. I'm sure tayong lahat, kanina, ano? Ayun, kasama natin si Chef Hazel. From her humble beginnings, ano, hanggang sa pagiging chef niya, nakita natin. Ang napansin ko doon sa mga discussion during the Q&A with Chef Hazel, ay yung arangkada niya talaga naman. Pero nakita niyo din, arangkada siya ngayon, tomorrow, kailangan mag-rest, tapos arangkada ulit. So, kailangan natin ulit magpahinga, hindi naman laging, puro arangkada tayo. And na-share din niya, na when we do something, let's give our best. Sabi nga niya, kailangan pag nag-content siya, total package na yan. At lahat, marami siyang matatouch, no, na iba't ibang klase ng tao. And her influence kung bakit siya na-inspire on cooking is her lola na talaga namang naka-impluensya kung bakit tinuloy niya yung pagiging chef. Ayan, another woman in her life, diba? So, sa top PCOs naman natin, these are the awarded outstanding PCOs of PICA P4A. Noong 2021, nakasama natin si Engineer Shari. Ayan, Engineer Shari Lin at saka si Engineer Henry Lin. Ayan, doon po, no, ang ganda ng mga sharing nila. Ayan, totoo yun. And I'm sure co-PCOs, ramdam na ramdam natin yung mga hugot nila doon. So, doon na-realize ko na, of course, we can do more. And all of us co-PCOs, we deserve a tap at the back and feel proud of what we're doing, Kasi hindi lang to basta trabaho na finufulfill natin, no? There's a deeper purpose on what we're doing. And for that, we should be proud na tayo mga pollution control officers. Ito nga ay, lahat naman tayo hindi ito yung inisip natin na trabaho natin, but we are called to be steward of the environment, to be pollution control officers, and that's a privilege because sa pagiging PCO natin, we can do more for the environment and do more for our children, for the future generations, di ba? While doing our job. So, ang mga nakuha ko dong highlights, no, from Engineer Shari, sabi niya, believe in myself and try new things. Ayan, sino pa ba ang unang dapat maniniwala sa sarili natin kundi tayo dapat, And then kay Engineer Henry Lee naman ay sabi niya, kaya mo yan, ikaw pa. Lagi niyo pong sabihin niya sa inyong sarili, Kapag medyo nawawalan tayo ng motivation, kayang-kaya natin yan. Tayo pa ba? Ayan, I'm sure relate tayo dun sa mga yon. And ito namang hapon, nakasama natin si Miss Joy Ginto from Avon. Nakita niyo naman, it's not just makeup company kasi mayroon din mga advocacies for environment. And nagbigay din siya ng mga simple tips, ano yung pwedeng everyday makeup. Alam niyo po ang makeup, minsan may mga misconceptions tayo about that nakala natin nagme-makeup lang babae para mapansin siya, gumanda siya. But even without makeup, all of us are beautiful and kailangan ma-appreciate natin yon. Makeup only help us to enhance our beauty, give us more confidence. Kasi yun, doon minsan tayo nakakahugot ng motivation pa natin para mas ma-fuel pa yung mga ginagawa natin araw-araw. So sabi nga doon, let's make it simple and enhance our natural beauty with some makeup. So let's appreciate our beauty and build more confidence. So sabi niya, yung very nice smile ni Miss Joy, very genuine smile. So yung simpleng smile lang can spread good vibes. So kapag medyo mainit na ang panahon, daanin natin sa magandang smile para makaspread naman tayo ng positive and good vibes with everyone. And lastly, we had Miss Dani from the the Plastic Flamingo. Nakita nyo, no, yung mga options and other variations na pwede natin gawin on recycling, upcycling, mga waste diversions. The PLAF is also a partner of Avon in our plastic collection. So, madami din, no, even before we became partners, nakita din namin talaga advocacy ng the PLAF. Most of the workers are also women. So kaya believe na believe din ako dyan sa organization na yan.